What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Lenovo Legion Go S with SteamOS and the Z1 Extreme chipset gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're looking at Liminal City. Now, the Steam Decks were about so far the only ones that could not play this game. It's an Unreal Engine 5 game, and unless they do a great job optimizing it, the Steam Decks usually don't do a great job on it. But they can play lots that are optimized, just not the unoptimized ones, and more often than not, the ones that are made by little creators like this, just unfortunately, they probably don't either have the skill, time, or what have you to make it work on something like that. They'd rather just be like, nope, we'll focus our time on like mid-range to higher end stuff, and that's that. And if we get successful, maybe we can optimize it better for some weaker stuff later. That's probably what they're thinking. I'm no developer. I have no idea how it works. So I'm not sitting there hating on nobody or nothing. I'm just guessing why it happens. That's all. Either way, let's stop guessing why all that happens, and why don't we go do what I do and go get to the game. So we're gonna go ahead and start off on 1080p. This game won't let me do any of my 900p or any of that stuff, so we'll just copy the allies. And this is where I noticed, wow, this is getting way worse FPS than the allies at the exact same resolution, so I think this game might just not like SteamOS. Now, there could be an easy solution, like just running Proton GE, and all of a sudden, bam, now our shit's getting even more than the ally. But I just ran it like it was out of the box like a lot of people would, so let's get to gaming. Hello? Now for some 720p low, which at least gets us playable FPS, at least on this level. There's going to be some where it drops definitely under 30 now, knowing what I know. But at least it still might be playable for some. And then after that, I did my settings, which got pretty much the same FPS as this. So I was like, well, why the hell not, you know? But like I said, on those, I'm pretty sure it would drop under 30 in some levels too. So did the best I could, but SteamOS did not like this thing, and I still think on the allies, even though it was getting more FPS, those two would probably drop under 30 in some situations. So now, like I said, my settings, and I just went kind of crazy since this thing has like 10 gigs of VRAM. Although I've heard rumors that SteamOS uses more VRAM than Windows does, but on this game it seemed pretty similar. If I did go look on my X, I'm pretty sure it also used like 7.2 to 7.5 gigs of VRAM, but I'd have to go back and look, and I already did those voiceovers, so I'll only know for myself. Anyway, let's get into the game. Hello? Alright, let's get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay now. And yeah, I think this game just does not like SteamOS. So, it might not even be in the Steam Deck being too weak. The Steam Deck might have been able to barely get 30. Maybe like a little over. But I mean, look at this thing, it's getting like 15 more. But we are playing on like almost maxed out settings. It didn't really make it drop much. Heck, we might even be able to just turn shadows up all the way. And I quit the game and came back in too, so it's not like it just didn't recache or redo the shaders or anything. Heck, let's just try that real quick. Can we get away with just putting, since we're at 720p and we have so much VRAM, can we just max this game out? Maybe it's just like broken. Don't go to main menu. Resume. No, yeah. It just doesn't seem to care. So yeah. You can just max the thing out at 720p. And I don't know, to me it gets smoother frame times. The other one, the Allies, were definitely getting much more FPS. They were in the like high 40s, sometimes even touching 50, 60. If you were looking at the right thing, like if you went up to a wall and were doing this, then it might, but most of the time it was more like low 50s, high 40s. Meow? What's up, Mistin? What'd you see? That's usually her alert. I saw something. What'd you see, Misty? Don't go into my cupboards. Whatever you saw did not metamorphosize face through my cupboard doors and go into the cupboard. You're not gonna fool me with that. No siree. Are you trying to be a sly fox? It's not gonna work. Because you're a cool cat. No, I hope I don't have like mice in there or something. She really is just trying to tell me, hey dude, you got mice. I'm trying to help you kill them, but you're not letting me. I'm pretty sure I could freaking parkour up to that freaking thing and then just jump onto that wall. But what's beyond the wall? Could be nothingness. Could just be a hole. I don't know. So that might not be your best option. But I'd at least like to jump up there and see. But we can't jump in this game. We can do this. Alright, what do the other buttons do? Now, if I were a betting man, I would almost guarantee that this one will do the same thing. But it does drop frames quite a bit when you zoom in, so just keep that in mind. But I don't think most people are going to play zoomed in like that. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. You can get at least playable FPS maxed out. Who knows, maybe the other ones, the Allies, might have been the same way. I just was being reasonable with it. I should have just gone in there. Most of the time I don't go in and just go, let's go Ultra on weaker systems like this, especially Unreal Engine games, but maybe I should have on them. Maybe you could just go Ultra on them too, and just stay at the same FPS we were getting at my settings. But yeah, this is how I'd run it. Screw it. If it's only going to get this much FPS on low, you might as well just have better graphics, right? Even if it is only 720. 1080 just wasn't working. But that wasn't really working on the Allies either, so that was not a surprise to me. It didn't work here. I got a green light. I better go. Alright, I'm only walking, so let's stay in the slow lane. Haha, made it totally legal. That's probably some kind of clue. If I go that way, it's just a wall. Nope, nada. Probably an exact carbon copy over here, but I'm curious, so I'm gonna go look real quick. Nope. Nothing that way. Figured it was exactly the same. But alright, I think that's probably more than good. Let's go wrap up, shall we? Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Liminal City, and it seems like this game just doesn't like SteamOS. I mean, don't get me wrong, we were still able to get playable FPS, but we were like, what felt like 10, 15 FPS behind the Allies at time. There was a couple spots I was able to get similar FPS to what the Ally was getting, but then in those spots, I think the Ally was getting closer to 60 versus like 48, 52. But regardless, we were also able to run Ultra setting, but I did not try that on the Allies because I figured, well, A, the one only has 6 gigs, so that would have been silly, and then I wanted to keep them the same. But on this one, I was like, screw it. Let's just put everything to Ultra and see what happens. Even during the camera recorded portion, I was like, let's even put the shadows up there. I'm usually more, let's keep those on the lower side because usually medium and high look pretty similar and you get like a bunch more FPS. Low usually looks like crap, I would admit. But sometimes you gotta do that if you want playable FPS on stuff like the Steam Deck. That could be the difference between 35 playable FPS and 25, to me, unplayable FPS. But anyway though, like I said, still ran more than adequately as far as I'm concerned for a game where you just mildly jog and run around. I would prefer 60, of course, but I know I can't usually have that on these handhelds, so I'm more surprised when I get it versus lusting after it. But anyway, that's all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.